some kind of out of video ideas at the moment. So let's powder grind for 10 hours. Mithril and gemstone powder is kind of like one of the most essential parts to making lots of money, or gemstone or mithril mining either. So I figured I need to powder mine anyway, so you know,
why not get some views out of it?
sounds like a plan. I already have a decent amount of powder with, you know, nearly 3 million of each powder, or a little bit less, but still. And my hardened inventory is pretty good, like I've got like a couple of max stuff. So I'm kind of interested to see how much powder I'm actually going to be getting. And also especially since powder buff is actually now fixed. So that's kind of nice. I'm going to be doing 5 hours of powder grinding in the jungle, where I'm going to be using a jungle pickaxe to get sludge. And then also I'm going to be doing 5 hours in the precursor remnants, where I'm going to be tracking how much automaton parts I'm going to get. So then at the end, I can give a fair comparison of how much money you're going to be making for each one. And so you guys can actually figure out how much money you actually make from powder grinding, and also whether it's better to do it in the jungle or the precursor remnants. Although this is definitely going to depend on like the prices of like sludge juice and then the robot parts as well. The gear, to be honest, is pretty unimportant. The only thing worth mentioning is I've kind of got 2 weapons, or like 2 mining items. So I've got the jungle pickaxe in the jungle, and I've just put a freshly compact book in it as well. And then for the precursor remnant stuff, I've got a gemstone gauntlet, and that's already got compact 8 on it, so that's pretty good. And now I've bought arguably the more important stuff, the hardened mountain tree. The mining speed I got maxed out, the daily powder got maxed out, and then for the gemstone perks, I've got Great Explorer maxed out. I've got level 90 mole, well technically 92, but you know, who cares about that. And then powder up, I've got level 39, and I want to max it out, ideally. One final thing is that I am actually going to be mining in 2 times powder, although I'm not actually going to be tracking how much of the mining is in the 2 times powder events, because they do make a massive difference to your powder. But whenever I can snag one, I am definitely going to get it. So just bear in mind, if you're only mining in 2 times powder events, you're probably going to be making more than me in terms of powder wise. But if you're really not caring about it at all, then you're most likely going to be making less than me, especially if you've got less powder. One final thing before we start, please like the video and subscribe, because subscribe. Also join my Discord, because you know, Discord's cool, and 10 more giveaway. Yep, very high quality, be a cool gamer, subscribe, all that good stuff. Alright, let's continue powder mining. Finished 6 hours of powder mining, and if you're wondering 6 and not 5, it's because I did a 3-hour stream on Saturday. Shout out to everyone who's there. And yeah, so that means I've actually done the jungle mining, so I'll show you like roughly how much I've made. So this is the hardstone and stuff, then this is all the sludge juice, but I'm not going to show how much I've made now because I want to reveal that at the end of the video. But yeah, the powder's been coming along nicely as well. I've got, you know, a decent amount of powder extra, so yeah, all going well.
I think I'm in love, say it way too often. I can't play these games, think I'm switching up the offense. See me in LA, I'll be moving cautious. I can feel no pain, rolling up, I'm so exhausted. I'll be so exhausted.
So you'll be glad to hear that I've now finished the 10 hours of powder mining. So let's go through the results. So I think probably the most important part of powder mining is obviously the powder. So at the start of the video, I started it with around 2.8 mil mithril powder and 2.9 mil gemstone powder. Now, after 10 hours, I've ended up with about 4 mil or a little over 4 mil mithril powder and about 4.1 mil gemstone powder, which is, you know, I think it's a pretty decent improvement. And 4 mil powder was kind of my goal from the start of the video. It essentially means I was making around 120,000 powder per hour, which is a really good rate. But this is also due to having a pretty decently leveled powder buff, as well as a good level mole and Great Explorer. So now comes the part where we talk about how much money we made. So to start off with, I've got all of this enchanted hardstone, concentrated stone, and you can see if I insta-sell this is about 5.2 mil coins. However, if I put this in a sell offer, then you can see I'm making nearly 6 million coins. And given that we also have a couple of prehistoric eggs in there, we'll just make that 6 mil. That was for all 10 hours though, so with that we were making around 600k an hour alone from the hardstone. So moving on to the loot that we got from those powder mining in the jungle, we have 11 fine amethysts and a couple of flawed amethyst gemstones. We've got some jungle hearts, nearly 2 stacks of oil barrels, and as you can see, we got quite a bit of sludge juice. All in all, I've calculated that the sludge juice, being nearly 3 backpacks full, is around 8.2 million coins. And if you include things like the gemstones, the jungle hearts, and the oil barrels as well, if you top that off with everything that we just, all the clutter that we made from just selling at the sacks, we're probably making close to around 8.8 million coins. So that was the loot we got from 5 hours. So looking at that, approximately we ended up with about 1.8 million coins, plus the money from the hard zone, and we end up with around 2.4 to 2.5 million coins per hour. So now we've seen that jungle mining makes around 2.5 million coins an hour, let's move on to the 5-hour test for the precursor remnants powder grinding. This was a whole lot better. To show you the loot of all the robot parts I got these robot parts, which is, I don't know if that's good or bad luck. If someone wants to tell me, then sure, go for it. And then I got a couple of gemstones on the side as well. These robot parts, in total, if I sold them individually, it would net me around over 16 million coins. And if I sold them in groups of 10, I'd actually probably be making more money. Divide this by 5, and alone for the precursor remnant parts, the robot parts, you're probably making around 3.3 to 3.4 million coins an hour. Now add the hardstone and also the gemstones and all the other stuff which might have made a difference, then you're looking at well over 4 million coins. These results, for me at least, are really quite interesting, because it really proves that precursor remnants is far superior than jungle mining or sludge mining. This is because not only does it give lots more coins, this is assuming that you have like the Heart of Mountain Tree like I do. If you have a less good Great Explorer, then it might be less, who knows. Because as you probably know, the Great Explorer gives you more treasure chests, and you find the robots in the treasure chests. On top of giving you more money, the precursor remnants actually has a higher chance to drop more powder, which in total will net you around 3 to 5% more powder when you're powder mining in the precursor remnants, which is definitely something that you should consider when choosing where to mine. Overall, to summarise what I've just said in all the video, powder grinding can still be a pretty good money making method, especially for early game players, with sludge mining for me making around 2.5 million coins an hour, and the precursor remnants powder mining making nearly 4 million coins an hour, or even over 4 million coins an hour. Anyways, that's probably going to wrap up this video. If you enjoyed the video, I know this is probably a bit different style of content to my normal, but if you enjoyed, then please leave a like and maybe leave a comment saying if you enjoyed it or not. And anyways, thank you for watching, and good luck on your powder mining journeys.